Yes, sir.
Yes,
we
sir.
back.
We are back with another episode. You are now tuned in to Ignorant Genius
Podcast 101.
You
I just
heard?
want
It's your boy Kyle.
Lex Dot.
You know what I'm saying? I'm one half of Ignorant Genius. He's the other half. We both ignorant and we both geniuses. And you know what time it is. It's time for us to start out, you know, with a crazy topic. Not a crazy topic, but a very important topic to our culture. You know, talking about things that you know that are very close to us, that hit home and are very serious, and things that we probably need to change going forward. Yeah.
Definitely.
So
speaking on that.
Yeah.
R.I.P. PNB.
R.I.P. PNB, man.
That's definitely one of the main. That's one of the reasons why I definitely wanted to come and jump on this today.
For sure.
Because it's wild. Just in America alone.
Right.
Within the last 2 years.
I mean, we lost what? Lil TJ, he got hit.
Nah, TJ still alive.
He's still alive, but he got hit.
But he got hit. He definitely got hit.
We lost Dolph.
We
lost Vaughn. Pop. Tupac?
No, Pop.
Pop Smoke. I'm like,
PNB Rock recently.
PNB.
And these are just like the bigger names.
Right. These aren't even a few other artists
like
that
local artists.
Right. That got killed over some nonsense in regards to, just being a rapper, being a hip hop artist.
It's wild. Don't mean to cut you off, but it is wild. Like I've been I seen it. And we growing up, we seen it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like dealing with the 90s with the Pac and Biggie jump off. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. And shit, even
by the way, Tupac got Biggie killed. By the way, I'm standing on that.
I'm
standing on that. I don't care. That's my opinion, guys.
Don't get me wrong. I don't think Pac did it, but definitely the people in his circle has.
Pac didn't get it. Didn't do it, obviously, because he was gone before that. But him escalating and making the beef seem like way more serious than it was.
Than what it needed to be.
What it needed to be when there was no beef to begin with. That definitely escalated to causing, Biggie's
major conflict. It's like It's like even now, actually, thank you for saying that, because for instance, with the whole Pac and Biggie jump off, it was the East versus West.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And then the shit happened with PNB Rock past few days. What happened a few days ago?
Which, by the way, the East Coast and the West Coast love each other, but also it's like a love-hate relationship.
But this is what media and shit like that. They gonna try to push that agenda, because I was on I'm scoping through Facebook and Instagram, TikTok, all that shit, right? And I see a post that somebody from Philly put, and basically they saying oh, y'all fucked up now y'all going to war with Philly.
So
and it's it's not that.
I'm gonna be honest because we try to bypass that like it's not that. But because I want to bring this up because a lot of people, it's not talked about a lot, but East Coast versus West Coast, even how people in the streets move. When you in the streets, PNB did an interview with DJ Academics right before he got killed, a few days before he got killed, maybe 2 weeks, I'm not sure exactly, but just thinking about what he was saying then, on the northeast, East Coast, all in general, the way people move as far as how when it comes to the streets or whatever, gang shit, whatever the case may be, the East Coast versus the West Coast is a lot different. And the East Coast, there's a lot of shit that the West Coast, I'm just, no offense to you guys, but a lot of shit that y'all let slide with somebody because y'all feel they may be tough or they have some type of power, they are able to, on the West, still survive and be this tough person and, oh, I'm this guy, I'm that guy, nobody's gonna touch me, whatever. On the East Coast, you get too tough, you getting touched.
Yeah, you get touched.
You start to put fear in people's hearts, they taking you out. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's a different type of environment on the West. It's not even about that. It's not about you being the tough people are people that are supposed to be so powerful. It's more like a bully type of thing. Oh, we know you can't touch us, so this is what it is. This is how we're gonna move. I'm with my gang. I'm with 30 guys. We're gonna act up four deep, we gonna act up, we gonna lay somebody down. Life isn't as precious on the West Coast as it is on the East Coast. So, though I think a lot of that plays a part in things too. But back to, kind of like revolving it back to what we were getting at was like, it's not an East Coast West Coast thing, but there is some type of
animosity
between the coasts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and the media does accelerate it or just pick at it and poke at it and kind of make it worse than it is, but it's definitely there. Because we're confused on the East Coast. We're like, yo, especially coming from up north, we're like, you niggas got beaches. You niggas got the sun palm. I ain't a palm tree, nigga.
LA.
How the fuck you gonna be gangster around palm trees?
Y'all got all that Hollywood shit.
Right.
But not even get off of it.
Right.
It's just, to me, really, it's not even the East Coast, West Coast, or like motherfuckers die. It's just the violence in hip hop.
Right.
It's like I literally was doing some research past few days after reading that PNB Rock, and I'm like, yo, it's crazy. That's like we said, we stated that already. Like 4 or 5 people within the last 2 years that we know.
Right.
I was doing research, bro. 87 hip hop artists around the world have gotten killed in the year 2022.
86 rappers, 86 musicians, artists, whatever it is. 86 of them got killed
around the world.
In 2022.
And the crazy shit, what really blew my mind was this.
Around the world, though. Hold on. When you
That's
say that,
what I'm talking about.
Right. So when you say around the world,
I mean around the world, bro. I'm reading this article, bro.
Is it hip hop? No, I'm sorry.
Hip hop artists.
I'm
hip-hop
sorry.
artists.
Right, but wait. I'm sorry, guys, because now you brought up another topic. Is hip hop is outside of the United States and the surrounding outlying states. Not to say that people can't make rap music, but is it hip hop?
Yeah.
Is it?
It's considered hip hop.
Because you said hip hop are 86 hip hop artists around the world, and just because it's considered hip hop, does that make it hip hop? I'm just asking.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I listen to
I'll be real with you. I don't know.
That's right. I listen to UK drill.
Saying,
right.
Yeah.
I listen to UK drill, and I'm like, yo, this is hip hop. Right. I listen to Japanese drill. This is hip hop. But if in Japan, y'all start killing people like we doing in America, and now, whoa, wait a minute. That is hip hop culture, but now you're kind of like culture vulturing the situation. So now you guys are turning not to say your streets ain't on fire, but now your streets are becoming on fire because of this influence.
Yeah.
And I guess that's the biggest part of the topic, right?
And that's because I'm reading this article, bro,
Mm-hmm.
and I was blown by it. 4 or 5 Canadian rappers got killed, getting robbed for their shit like that in Canada. Same shit shit as over here. So, like, to me, it just blows my mind, and it's like, what is it that you gaining? Like, I get it. People go through shit in life. But what is it that you gaining for taking another man's life for his chains?
So let me explain something, okay? Because this is, we talked about this earlier a little bit, how I said, we going to veer off. But it's not necessarily veering off. This is just kind of like an explanation and it's not an excuse, and it doesn't make it acceptable. But these guys are rapping, right?
Yeah.
Nigga, I just blew your rent on a pinky ring. I just, you know what I'm saying, did this. I just made these plays. I just did this. I just did that. And you got people out here who's fucking hungry. You know what I'm saying?
Hungry. Yeah.
Eating, been through so much trauma in their life. They don't know that robbing people is so. Coming from the state of mind and the life that we regular people live. Because I ain't gonna lie, I was out in the streets, at one point. But like regular people, the life that regular people live, it's hard for them to fathom why taking something from the next man is not okay. But there's some people who grow up and that is just a part of life.
My thing is, I get it. I do. Because I've been there. I've been in a situation where me and my dude, you know what I'm saying? Because me and my cousin, we wanted something to eat. Ate shit in the crib, shit like that. So yeah, we hit the strip, but not once did it ever cross my mind to take that person's life. You get what I'm saying? Like, regardless of the fight back, if they fighting back, all right, you got it, you earned yours. I'm keep it pushing.
And that's where
that's where it kills me, because it's like, did you really have to take this man's life?
That's where the value of life comes in. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's people who don't value life. They don't have the same value of life that other people do. You know what I'm saying? And that's another part of, not understand, like, not having, like, when you miss that value of life, or you don't have that value of another person's life, it's easy for you to cross that line and take somebody off the earth, even though they might have the same potential, the same things, could be doing the same things as you. But, excuse me, some people, when it comes to that part, there's some people that are just killers, bro. They're just killers. And it's, I don't want to make the world seem evil, but that's just what it is.
There's a lot of it, isn't it?
Right. That's just what it is. You just have not evil people, but just people that don't have the same mindset or same thought process or perception of value of life. Taking a life, robbing people. Taking from other people. Karma. Karma is a word that we use. We throw it out all the time. We use the word karma as if it's like as if it's a part of culture. It is a part of culture now, but when you think about it, like, karma's a part of another religion. So if you don't believe in another religion, how could you believe that that energy is gonna come back on you? Yes, might say it in other ways in other books, but not everybody's getting that lesson when they go to church or when they read that book, so, or wherever they go to, to worship, they're not getting that same value. Now, look, if we looked at like terrorists, you know what I'm saying? Like a terrorist, their faith is heavy, right? I mean, not a terrorist, excuse me. I don't know what to call them, right? But a person that is willing to blow up a group of people,
their faith, their religion,
for 70 virgins,
justify the homicides and the suicides that they did in life. Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's just, I don't know, man. It's just it's crazy to see. And it wasn't even like he was putting out
music at this point, because he definitely retired at this point. I mean, even Kodak says something about like, yo, I was trying to get my mans to get back into music, start putting his work in again, and and then, he said some offensive stuff about his girl, which I think we need to get on that too.
Because a lot of people feel, a lot of people making their judgment, their own statement.
They're not wrong.
But we sticking on it, but probably switch it up. But definitely, the violence in hip hop is crazy. This shit got to stop.
No.
People got to stop. People got to stop trying to eat or trying to take from what other people got. If that's what you're doing, hey, so be it. But taking a man's life for a fucking bag and a chain? Come on, bro. I know you got more morals than that shit. And I get it. People hungry. People out here. Sometimes people get in a situation where they get scared. Boom, let the gun off. Boom. Maybe they didn't mean to kill him.
People don't have more morals than that. Some people don't have morals at all. And that's where, coming from a place, or, coming from the environment you came from, you still have morals. Some people come from that same place, they don't have morals. Or they come from the streets where, nigga, I'm gonna take you off this earth to eat. You know what I'm saying? That's how they grew. So I'm not necessarily like condoning it, but it's just, you never know how the next man was raised. So I'm not defending it, but also you got to be prepared for anything, especially as a hip hop artist.
I agree, definitely agree, because like I won't defend it, but at the same time, it's like motherfuckers should know what they doing. Like, you done made millions of dollars. Your face was all over the internet, the news, everything. You run around with your chains and all that shit, right? At the end of the day, you not in your hometown,
right?
So you not gonna get that same. It's like what we talking about. You not gonna get, and even in your hometown, sometimes you got motherfuckers that are greasy. You feel me? But you not gonna get that same type of treatment in your hometown. You know what I'm saying? That
Right.
you when you go somewhere else.
You might get worse treatment in your hometown sometimes too.
Yeah, that too. Because
Right.
you know a lot of motherfuckers is hating. But outside of your town, a lot of motherfuckers is gonna be hating, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, word, he here, I'ma get him." Move smart. Move fucking smart. Like that's all I could say. Like,
It wasn't his fault though.
a lot of people say it wasn't his fault, but at the end of the day, why you out in public? Like, out of all places,
How you think they found out where he was at?
his shorty posted the location on her IG.
Right. So now if you saying like he's out in these places out and about, yeah, he's out and about, but he's not promoting or posting where he's going. So technically,
But your shorty is.
right, but his shorty is. Now that's a whole different topic from him. You know what I'm saying? Like she could have she posted the food. He don't even know that she would. You know, you don't even know what somebody's doing at that point. You feel me? But yeah, I do agree with you in that situation where like if somebody says like you see somebody on their camera or whatever, he might have ran to the bathroom, but it could have been anything. But just that should be a preformed thing. Like, yo, don't post where we at. We not in town. You know what I'm saying? We dolly. We don't got security. We don't got none of that going on.
That's where a lot of the conspiracy. Well, I won't even say conspiracy, but that's where a lot of the blame shit is coming out of. Because from what like I said, I've been doing it. I've been reading all this shit. I didn't want to just come up here and just
she set him up.
spit shit. People say she set him up. They say that he actually like took her phone and shit from her for like 6 months because she had the habit
of doing shit like that, right?
Location.
That's crazy.
And the crazy shit is, from what I was reading, that this wasn't the first time that shit happened, where somebody posted a location and then motherfuckers ran up on her.
Right.
This just happened to be the time where he didn't get away and he got killed, and they were saying that she was always saying, "Oh, that ain't nothing, you know what happens," like trying to brush it off like it was no big deal.
And now guess what happened?
And then as soon as you get your phone back, you post the location, this motherfucker gets killed.
Now yeah.
That I don't know how true it is, but that's definitely what I read, and I definitely think like if that's the case, she had to know something.
Yeah.
She had to know something.
I don't think I'm not gonna. I don't know. I can't speculate as far as that. I'm mostly a 50-50 person until somebody gives me enough evidence. By the way, I apologize to Tory Lanez because I just was like, Tory Lanez had to shoot that bitch. But Tory Lanez situation made me also, the Tory Lanez Meg situation made me also think, let me not speculate as much, on certain situations. Let me not let, certain things. I'm gonna just wait. All I can do is wait it out.
Come out when they come out.
So with that being said, like I'm not trying to take. We know that she posted the location, right?
Yeah.
It's that we know she posted. She supposedly. You said she supposedly posted the location more than once. The way I look at it, like you kept brushing it off or whatever. I'm not even. Matter of fact, let's take that all out, right? Just take the one.
He ignored it.
The information that we have.
If that was the case, he ignored it.
No. The main information that we had is that she posted the location. He just gave her phone back after posting location. But take that away. We're taking that away too. She just posted the location. That's all the information we have right now.
Yeah.
It's all the evidence. But that's not from even the conversation that he was saying. I don't think he said anything about a shorty posting location, but she was doing some op shit. Not no op shit, but like some weird shit that could have got him fucked up prior to this in LA.
Facts.
And just thinking about that alone, like that carelessness caused him to be dead. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say like, oh, P&B doesn't, have any, part in why it, but I personally, I can't put no blame on this man being dead right now, being shot in a Roscoe's Chicken and Waffle with the evidence that I have. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
The evidence that I have leads me to believe that what her posting that location is what caused them to get ran down on.
See, my thing was this, because also what I read was it wasn't the Inglewood location. They said it wasn't the Inglewood location. They said it was the location by the airport. So
right.
If that's the case, see, like if it was the Inglewood location, I could have been like, oh, employee there was like, yo, P&B rock up here, because motherfuckers to do that shit.
Right.
You feel me? I don't know. Cause if it ain't the location like in Inglewood where they said it's supposed to be hood, and you by the airport where it's nice.
See, I'm gonna be real, even like, but you gotta think like it could be there, but everybody knows what Roscoe's and Chicken and Waffles is. Everybody knows what Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles is. So with that being said, it's like
I still look at it like there was no need to even post that. It wasn't nothing big.
My point exactly.
Like we're not in no 5-star restaurant.
Right. We not gonna hound it too much, but I do think that needs to be said.
You ain't spending $100-$200 on a fucking ounce chicken.
What I will say is though, right, is Roscoe's. What I will say is that in those situations, like dealing with the woman, you got to know what type of woman you dealing with, and then not only that, just respectably, I don't care if you post certain shit, but I just think that at least post that shit when we leave.
I feel like it's the posting thing.
Location.
I feel like it's the posting thing. Like that's why I said I wouldn't really put the blame on, because it's like the same shit with Pop.
The only blame I can put on him is that he's continued to deal with a shorty that was gonna post shit knowing his status
after he stated the fact that he didn't want that,
right?
Because he like from what.
But if that's speculation,
yeah, it's all speculation.
If that's speculation, let's take it out. Let's just use the facts only.
Facts, yeah. Nah, she should have posted it, and it's just like with the whole Pop Smoke jump off where he got popped.
Right.
Same shit. You posted videos, you posted pictures, and it's showing your address.
And he did that though.
That's what I'm saying.
He did,
but that's what I'm
different.
saying. Like he did it to himself. Him and his boys, they did it to themselves. But it's like y'all need to know what y'all doing and who y'all are.
Right.
You have a name now, and there are motherfuckers that's gonna come out here and take what you got. Like you said, don't have morals. Even if I can't comprehend why.
Well,
but
Pop Smoke, just from seeing the type of person he was, and I'm not, I'm just speaking on, situations, but seeing the type of person he was, he looked like a type of guy that, was dolo a lot. He was with the gang here and there, but he wasn't really, you know what I'm saying? And then he was all of that superstardom for him, like, you know how we move. In on the East Coast, you feel me? Up north, down here, you know how we move anywhere we at on the East Coast. As far as, especially coming from the East Coast, coming from where we, the shit we seen. Think about going to California. You think you can go anywhere?
Yep.
You think this shit is beautiful. These motherfuckers
I would say that's the downfall to a lot of
these motherfuckers don't see
just
rain.
New Yorkers though,
right?
Because we definitely had that mindset where we feel like a lot of us feel like we could just go anywhere and we the best. And
I wasn't saying that. I was saying more so, and I'm not gonna comment on that.
He's like, yeah, it's common. Go ahead. He's like, yeah, y'all you right, bro. But what motherfuckers from New York think y'all should know, especially Brooklyn.
Yo, so
Brooklyn and the Bronx, bro.
So I have no contest to that. I have no opinion on that. But as far as, we can talk about it another time. But as far as like us on the East Coast, when we go over there, like for instance, Miami is nice. We go to Miami, we do the same shit in Miami. The only thing is, niggas from Miami, they there, and you can't, you can get really fucked up in Miami. Miami is hot. You feel me?
Yeah.
We can't ignore that. Yeah. But also, we know where it's kind of crazy at. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas is in LA are robbing houses. They're doing home invasions. They robbed Kevin Hart's house. You know what I'm saying? So, and nobody's really safe.
That's what I'm saying. Cause when Pop Smoke, I ran up in and he was renting a house in like the hills.
He had an Airbnb
in like the hills though, like in Beverly Hills, I believe it was. So that's nice ass area.
They don't care,
and they don't give a fuck. Ran up right up in it, and that's crazy, bro. That's why. Which I get. Those are the places you want to go rob. But
I feel like it's also a part of culture. You feel me? It's a part of like, time, history. People don't know things like that, like the history of the country. The West Coast, even like Pat crossing Colorado, like that's not, I ain't gonna say it's, on the time scale as far as we've been in the United States, that shit is fairly new, right? So, but as far as like in our generation, our ages, yeah, it's not that new. But our great-great-great-grandparents, they would have, our fourth greats probably didn't have a Colorado. You know what I'm saying? Like, Probably with slaves. But all that's
I was
another
about to
story
say,
for another
word,
day.
my peoples was still in Puerto Rico.
Right.
Probably be
Probably
the
a
first
little bit darker, a little bit darker.
Probably the first generation. We're a little darker, a lot darker.
darker.
First generation in Puerto Rico. Hell yeah.
But yeah, like so to cut away from me personally, like just talking about people's specific stories. Like yeah, you're right. I didn't really get to say this, and I did want to speak on. I wanted to add to what you were saying earlier about like just the culture of hip hop becoming more violent. But throughout,
it's always been violent.
It's always been violent, and violence has been promoted. And Kanye and a few other artists, kind of changed that spectrum and that narrative, and that outlook. But they're also looked at as pop, or they're looked at as this, because rap is supposed to be gangster, supposed to be gutter, it's supposed to be aggressive. So.
But what's funny is gangster rap wasn't even gangster rap until like the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, you're right.
If you really look at hip hop wasn't about killing and murdering.
It was about
people.
biggity bop boppers. My people say rocking.
And that's what blows my mind. Like something that was positive, like bringing a community together, cultures together.
People blue and red hat because my man's from Boston.
You know what I'm saying? Like that was hip hop when it started.
Right.
And then it turned into, and I get it. Hip hop imitates the life that it surrounds. That the person, the artist themselves wants you to see and feel, and I get it.
Right.
But it's like even then, once you hit a certain stage, like there's like we can change, it's okay. Like we don't. I love the fact that we talk about some of the shit that we talk about. Yeah, it's not always positive.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? But I love it. That don't mean we have to actually go and do it.
But you got to think about who's going and doing it. Time is passing. One thing you can never prepare for is aging, right? Because when you're never gonna be in the same moment in life. You can only see this. You can see a bunch of things a million times, right?
You're right. You're definitely right. Because now that you say that, now it is going back down that road,
right? So
because when we were growing up, I think who we had, early 2000s, we had 50. Now you can consider it gangster rap, and he wasn't even a fucking gangster rapper.
Yes, he was, bro. Yes, he was. Are you talking about album 2? Cause Get Rich or Die Trying.
That's what
the mixtapes before that.
Yeah, all gangster rap albums.
All gangster.
A lot of his shit was inspired by like West Coast gangster rap.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think the beats were pretty West Coast, but I feel like 50 Cent's style was it was authentic. Like
it was his own style.
It was authentic Queens. You know what I'm saying? It was some Queens rap shit. Yeah.
Yeah. I could beg to differ, but we could agree to disagree on that one. But you get what I'm saying though, right? Because at that time, Nas started putting out shit, but he started putting out more positive shit. You get what I'm saying?
That was like, that was 2006. It wasn't late 90s.
No. But that's what I'm saying. Like our early 2000s, like that era in hip hop. If you really listen to it, it wasn't a lot of gangster shit.
Yes, it was.
Was there?
Yes. Gangster rap was at its prime in our years, and that's why niggas could disagree. It became commercial. In the 90s, it wasn't super commercial.
Our era, we came up with the original dance era with the whole walk it out and the Superman, the chicken noodle soup.
You're talking about after Kanye smoked 50 Cent with the album sales.
On the Graduation album.
Right.
Even though I still felt like, that was better than Curtis.
You're wild. If you were going to say that shit,
it was better than Curtis.
We were going to cut this shit off right here.
But do you get what I'm saying, though?
We got to cut that, right?
Yeah.
Because you can't even hesitate about Graduation being tremendously
I had to think about it. I had to think about it for a second.
Was that even Curtis? Was that Curtis?
It was Curtis.
It was Curtis. It was Curtis. It wasn't.
Because if it was the Massacre, I probably would have given a little argument for it.
I thought it was the Massacre.
If it was Get Rich or Die Trying, no way.
No, sir. No, sir. The Massacre is not fucking with the Graduation.
I don't know.
You're not bro. You're not listening to 6. You don't even have the Massacre downloaded on your phone and your Apple Music right the fuck now.
Nah, I don't.
Thank you.
I got a few tracks.
Exactly. I wasn't even gonna argue
and it's
with
not
you.
even the ones you would think.
Right.
I got like the Baltimore Love Jump Off. Not even his hits. It's all the other shit.
Right.
Yeah.
So
what is it? What's that other one? This is 50 Cent.
come on, son. So
like his the good shit on the
right.
album,
So
not the commercial shit.
don't get me wrong. Yet all the commercial shit was terrible,
Yeah,
and
not
that's
the
what I'm trying to say.
commercial
How can you even? There was nothing on the Graduation that wasn't a monster hit. Good Morning, Graduation, Barry Bonds, fucking
Glory,
Homecoming,
Champion.
Glory, Champion. I'm just going through just
what was the
immediate.
other one? You said Barry Bonds, right?
I said Barry Bonds is crazy. You have to.
Can't
what's
tell
your
me
favorite
nothing.
song? What's your favorite song?
Off the Graduation.
Can't Tell Me Nothing was on there.
Yeah, can't tell me with Jeezy. Yeah.
I thought that was on.
Graduation.
I thought that was on College Dropout.
Nah.
You might be right. I'm terrible. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, nah. That was with Jeezy because I remember that.
Bro, I thought Can't Tell Me Nothing was on.
Remember Jeezy just dropped the Recession 101.
I gotta look this up.
And that was my favorite.
Bro,
Jeezy
first of all, if Can't
the
Tell
Recession,
Me,
that was my favorite.
if Can't
Jeezy.
Tell Me Nothing is on the Graduation,
Yeah, it's on the Graduation.
if that's on there, bro, I don't even know why you even think you got a debate about any 50 Cent album. And 50 Cent is my dog. I be debating with niggas when I'm drunk, like, bro, Many Men.
Still one of the hardest tracks to this
Bro,
day.
there's
Can't nobody
bro,
say no.
Lord have mercy.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
How much you
on
want?
me.
How much you want to put on that?
I'm telling you, Can't Tell Me Nothing is on
Number
Graduation.
6. Number 6.
I know. Bro.
I don't remember it being on there because I was
played
listening to that shit way before
on
that.
my iPod every morning on my way to school.
I had a dream I could buy my way to heaven. When I woke, I spent that on a necklace.
Oh man!
I told God I'll be back in a second. Man, come on.
That's
So
why I
anyway,
had to. But yeah,
I need the beat to be on beat with
even
that
going
shit.
into that, but still, what I'm saying though was, we had that era where hip hop started to get positive, with motherfuckers like Kanye and Common.
That's
Lupe
what I'm saying. When
Fiasco.
did that happen?
In the early 2000s, I'll say mid 2000s, a little after 2006, 2007.
Right, it was 2006.
Yeah, so going into the early 2010s.
2007. You got a splurge of positive niggas that came out,
and
right?
feel good music. Then you started having Wiz Khalifa come out putting his shit
Good
out.
Life is what set it off. Good Life with Kanye West and T-Pain. I feel like that was like a baseline for everybody to make commercial shit. So going back before that, right?
But I wouldn't even say commercial though for Kanye. Kanye always made music like that though.
No, I'm not saying commercial for other people. For
made
Kanye,
that type of rap commercial.
that became a scheme for other artists to use. Good Life.
Yeah.
That became the scheme of a lot of people's rise to stardom.
Oh, Big Brother was on Graduation too.
Ooh, boy.
That's my favorite track. That was my favorite track. I was just thinking. The funny shit was I was listening to that shit the other day.
I'm gonna tell you my
and
favorite
as
track
you
and I
was
forgot.
speaking on it, in my head is Big's brother was Big's brother. Used to be Dame and Big's brother.
That was my
Oh
shit.
man, that was my shit.
Damn, I forgot the name. I like all these fucking songs. Oh, my shit was. And I wonder if you know. Yo, what?
It is.
Kanye, we love you, B.
Yo,
Kanye for president
I don't know
2024.
about Donda, but
Donda stem for what? Are
I
you
fuck
kidding
with a
me?
few tracks.
We're gonna go past that now. We talking about
tracks.
what's the name of the shit? The Wolves. I forgot the name of that album. I liked it though. I still listen.
Shit,
to
I liked my what is it? The Beautiful Dark
Fantasy. Oh my
Twisted
god.
Fantasy.
Come
that
on,
was
son.
one of my favorite albums from him.
We-
and a lot of people didn't like that, and I was like, y'all crazy.
When
He
they
went
go
in.
back and listen to that with that Love Lockdown, that Love Lockdown
Runaway?
was crazy. Runaway, yo, Love Lockdown was crazy. He came through with a crazy
Kanye
different
did his
sound.
thing, bro. For a few, that dropped that 808 Heartbreaks
You know
after
what niggas
graduation.
forget about though? You know what niggas forget about? The fucking that he had. Remember that he had just a little afro right there?
Oh yeah, that ugly shit. That ugly ass shit.
Kanye's such a gangster nigga. He's such a icon. We let that goofy shit slide. We didn't give a fuck about that. And he was doing the neck break with the fucking lamp on his neck.
Kanye. Remember Louis Vuitton Don?
But right. So prior to Kanye really jumping on the scene, which Kanye wasn't even he only made it on the scene because he had no fucking choice. But also, like, when you think about, like, the fact that him and he was making beats for everybody, but then he was also rapping because he wasn't gangster.
That's why Hov didn't.
That's what held him the fuck up.
Yeah, they put Beanie Siegel ahead of him, and you see where everybody's at now.
But I mean, shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas still fuck with Beans though. Niggas,
oh yeah, I fuck with Beans heavy.
He's
shit.
a legend.
The other
too.
day I was listening to that I forgot the name of that mixtape. Him, Freeway, and it was like a whole Rockefeller tape.
Going back.
Oh man, that shit went so hard. It was before the whole beef with before Damon and Jay split and started beefing with each other. So everybody was on it, bro. It was fucking Kanye, but it was Kanye producing beats. Fucking whole Dipset, fucking Freeway, Beans, Memphis Bleak, all of them, bro. I was like, oh shit. I forgot about this shit. I'll be forget because sometimes I just go to like certain playlists on Spotify and all that shit just be popping up. I'm like, wow. Nah, yeah, you're right. Never mind.
Beanie Siegel.
You made me eat my words there. I had to dig deep. I had to go into the bag there about it. So nah, yeah, you're right. So it's always been gangster rap.
Right. Beanie Siegel, you don't fucking miss, dog. We fucking love you, B. Fuck around. If anybody disrespect you, I'll slap the skin off their face, pussy. You feel me?
And I think that's what made me start go listen to them because, I be watching the Drink Tramps. And I was like, oh, wait, Nori was signed with these niggas, too. Hold up.
That Irv Gotti shit was hilarious, but.
Bro.
Hilarious. That Ashanti talk was crazy. But, yeah, back to, like, kind of, like, veering back because I know we kind of swerved off. We gonna get into some more topics later. But, yeah, I just wanted to get back on, like, the culture, the state, because I really didn't really say what I was trying to say. But, yeah, like, the culture of rap, it does control the young niggas. You know what I'm saying? When you young and you're listening to this, whether you are in the streets, whether you aren't in the streets, it do make you feel like this is what you should or shouldn't do. But the biggest part about it is understanding that like you're gonna tread your own path, and not everybody has to be out here doing the shit that you hear rappers doing. Like that's the biggest message that can be given is like you can listen to all of this shit. That don't have to be your goals. When you think about, as in the hip-hop culture, most people who are in the hip-hop culture, they are one of a million people who have only a few options to make it out, quote-unquote. But the biggest part about it is you have so many options to make it out. Yes, it may be harder for you. It's going to be harder for you with anything that you do. Even when you're rapping, it's still going to be hard for you because who runs the rap labels? You know what I'm saying? Not to bring this on a race thing, but, as a black person, as a Spanish person, as a, people who are
very few black CEOs that run shit.
Right. When you are in the hip-hop culture, you got to understand
the ones that do run shit, I'm going to be honest, we know who they are.
Right.
And a very few of them actually give people the leeway.
Right. And they control and they hold people up.
Like, you see what Diddy do.
Right. And
compared to what shit like Jay do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Jay is like, all right, you sign with me for this, boom. But you gonna get your shit.
Right.
Get your masters, and you good.
Right.
Because you know what? He went through that.
Right. And nobody wants. And if you doing it
he
right.
He went through where he had a fight with someone.
Right.
To get his masters to his own fucking music.
Exactly.
So like that's what like as a CEO I love Jay
and live to see the next day.
I love Jay, and like when I see people not sign with people like they be like, nah, I'm not, like when Drake didn't sign with Jay back then, and he went with Young Money, which was probably a great move.
Still a great idea.
Great move for Drake because
we probably will be hearing
Lil Wayne's definitely not Birdman, as we can see.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And that was my thing. My thing was, why would he gonna sign with Wayne? He gonna get dick for his money, like Wayne's getting right now.
Right.
You feel me? But the way contracts was drawn up, it was made to be like, yo, you still gonna get masters to most of your shit anyways.
Right.
You feel me? You just got dropped these albums with us or whatever. We get our PC, you get your shit, and we go and we move on. Because come on, like literally, have you heard anybody had to deal with that problem that signed to Jay-Z?
Nah.
Kanye didn't have to.
No.
He went off and started good music.
Right.
Rihanna didn't have to. She became one of the first fucking female African American billionaires in the world.
Right. She a billionaire?
Yeah, off her makeup line and shit.
Okay. I did see something about
off
that.
her makeup line,
I
not
apologize,
her music.
We love you.
But even though her music's still popping, you
Right.
know what I'm saying? Fucking J. Cole, another artist that signed with Jay in the beginning of Rock Nation, and now look at him. Dreamville Studios,
Right.
all his own shit, and owns the rights to his own shit.
Got his whole own squad of people.
Exactly. So it's like having a boss like that. That's dope. But then you got someone like Diddy that's just gonna take all the fucking money and the rights to your shit and say fuck.
Speaking of another person like that, and niggas be sleeping on my mans. I'm just gonna give him a shout because people don't talk about it a lot.
Oda?
Huh?
I think I know who you gonna say.
Who?
Master P.
No, shout out to Master P too. I fuck with Master P.
I was about to say
for sure,
definitely Master P.
But no.
Because Jay learned from Master P.
Yo Gotti.
Oh, I didn't know about that. I didn't know.
Yo Gotti, I feel like I don't know how much he owns or he runs. That's not my my part to say, but I just look at his lineup of his cast of people and like artists, and they're successful. They're doing what they want to do. They might have little bullshit here and there that they might be caught up in, but for the most part, they all are straight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can go down their list of people, and it's like they might, and what's crazy is I feel like respectably, these are guys I listen to all the time. So I can say from my perspective at least, I think that they do talk a lot of murder, talk a lot of killing. Yeah. And to the people out here who do listen to these guys, ESTG, and 4-2, I want to say that because those are the two artists I feel like, in my opinion, that he has that are like that talk about that the most.
Yeah, I know he loved 42.
Right. 4-2. It's my guy. I love them guys, but like everybody can't be them. Whatever they got going on in their area, y'all cannot. You're not doing that. That's not your life. You don't have to be that person. That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest message that we can give going forward as far as the hip hop culture. People who are in the future that are watching shit like this in the hip hop, bro, that's the biggest part. But you can't be these people. You can only be the person that you look at in the mirror every fucking day. If you forget that part about life, that's when you fuck up. And I think that's where a lot of people get stuck. They're trying to be somebody they see or something they see, when it's like
a lot of motherfuckers out there doing that aren't really known. And
bigger
that's
topic,
crazy.
Social media, phones, the internet, the access to that shit is a lot of why people do that shit. You do, imitate shit that you like.
And I can feel like that's a reason why a lot of artists are dying a lot sooner now.
They're living a life that they
back
wasn't.
in the day.
One, they're living lives that they're just talking about, right? And then they're living that life, and it gets rough for them.
So we
and
can't
they end
really
up getting
say
knocked
it
off.
so we can't say hip hop got more violent. It's kind of always been there.
It's always been the same.
Yeah, it's kind of always been there. So no matter what we do, like, we could try to kick and preach the positive aspect of it.
Right.
But violence in hip hop will always be there because of where we come from.
Violence in the world is always going to happen. Do I think music influences some people to do shit they're not supposed to? Hell the fuck yeah.
Yeah, you got two different looks at it.
Right.
Now that you speak on it, you got the positive outlook that people grow up in the situations and they try to spit the positiveness. So you're not in that. So you don't feel like you in that, you know what I'm saying, in that situation. And then you got the one, same people in that situation, but their point of view is, I got to get it. And I'm going to spit to you how I'm getting it. Not from the other, you get what I'm saying? Not the positive aspect, but I'm kind of like a point of view of the robber or the murderer or the jukester, or you get what I'm saying?
Right.
Compared to the guy that's looking out his window looking at it.
The guy witnessing it versus the guy who is the person getting robbed.
Part of it.
Versus the guy who is the robber. You know what I'm saying? Is the shooter.
I think that's why I fuck with a lot of artists though too.
Right.
Like artists like J. Cole, because he says it numerous times in multiple tracks.
I think people have to open up to a lot of artists. Yes, I'm not telling you. When the older you get, listen to more artists. You know what I'm saying? Don't stray away from like the younger artists, because they are spitting the same shit that it might sound
they're spitting
wild,
what they're seeing right now.
what they got going on.
Yeah.
And you can't be mad at a nigga because a nigga is talking the shit that he has, and people love it. But the thing is, like, the people that are listening to it have to understand, if you're not already living that life.
I felt like that about NBA Youngboy at first.
Right. If you're not already living that life, leave that shit the fuck alone.
Eat my words.
What? What about him?
Youngboy.
What did you say about him?
Nah, when he first came on the scene and how all the young boys was like, oh, he's the hottest. I was like, he ain't gonna be shit in a few years.
He's still the hottest.
He's the greatest of the new generation. Kanye wasn't lying about that.
It's hard for me to listen to him.
It is, what I'm saying? But like, at the end of the day, if a billion other people are fucking listening to him, it's like what y'all was saying.
He got to be doing something.
Obviously, he's doing something.
He got to be doing something.
So,
and
kudos to him, and kudos, like, yeah, I know he been through a lot of shit with the violence and everything like that when it comes to hip hop and his whole ordeal. Right. Trust me, if you go and look at his backstory. But he's another one that I would say this though. You ain't gonna see his location on no Instagram.
Right.
You ain't gonna see his location on Snapchat.
Right.
You might see him up there, but you ain't gonna see his location.
But also a lot of these other guys too, just like him, they be with a lot of guys. And if you really, you know what I'm saying, like they know, you gotta keep a small
circle, man. People want a big entourage too.
Nah, niggas be having the squad. You know what I'm saying? As long as you do the right things, I'm not gonna talk about what it is. Come on, man.
You know how it is, bro.
Right,
you know how that
you
shit
gotta,
is.
as long as y'all know, if it ain't gotta be said. Niggas know how to make shit shake within the circle. Circle get popping. The circle can travel on their own as long as they pulling up, making sure shit straight. So niggas be having shit right. But, you know.
So with that being said, violence is gonna be here in hip hop. I feel like it's really not gonna go away. It's a part of the culture.
I feel like you gotta stop saying that then. If that's what your closing statement is gonna be, then I feel like, you know, and this is all for the tape.
I'll just close.
Yeah, I know. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like we. So that's what I'm saying. Like that. This is my debate for the closing statement. Is what I'm trying to say. If hip hop is always gonna be, or killing is always gonna be in the hip hop culture, then we can't just say killing is a part of hip hop culture. Killing is a part of life because that's what the fuck people do. Whether it's just bigger than hip hop, you know, and that's what I'm trying to, you know, also purvey. Hip hop, yes, there's hip hop people getting killed, but there's a lot of artists too. More artists coming into the game. There's a lot bigger plethora of people. So if you have more people, there's more likely more people are going to die. So yes, you see more celebrities, more artists getting killed, but then you also have the fronting, which there's more, you know, not saying fake, but there's certain artists that weren't living that life prior to rapping, but they were rapping about it, and now they have to live that life to keep this image, and now they're running in, oh, I ain't checking in, I ain't doing this, I ain't doing that. Little shit like that is what leads to, you know. So all in all, just to close, I feel like, you know, it is a dark world, but you still got to see the light in it. But killing is a part of fucking life, and until we are able to completely stop that, which has been invented and people can die, is not gonna stop happening. Until niggas stop making money off of dead bodies, people ain't gonna stop dying. Okay, so and not only that, people just die anyway because that's the only thing that's guaranteed to us. So that's all my closing statement is, guys.
So he basically maybe eat my words and said,
for the third time this show.
He said, killing and violence isn't a part. Isn't that it's not a part of hip hop? It's a part of life itself, and hip hop is imitating life. So when things like that come about, when shit like that come about, basically what we're gonna say is just move right, move smart. Because at the end of the day, it's life.
Right. And my last closing statement, move right, move smart, like you said. Also stay dangerous if you're a dangerous person, but also stay safe if you're a safe person.
And always trust your surroundings.
Trust your surroundings?
Yes.
Trust?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say trust.
Let me finish what I was going to say. What I mean by it is, if you know you in the hood, Motherfucker, know you know in the hood. There's somebody out there that's not gonna like what you doing. Get your shit together. Trust, like you said, stay right, stay protected. That's what I mean by trust your surroundings.
You. There was a better way, like not a better way, but you could have used a better.
Yeah, I
tone
could have
for how
worded
you
it
said
better.
that. No. Trust your surroundings is deeper than just paying attention. Like trust your surroundings to be exactly what it's gonna be. If it looks like a rough area, it's probably rough. If it looks like it's nice but some rough shit going on, it's probably nice but some rough shit going on over here. Just trust it to be exactly what it's gonna be.